So here's a quick one about a guy who's all set to be married and been with his fiance, I think, for like 5 years now. But something didn't seem quite right with her whenever she would go on a girls' trip. She would do this girls' trip about once a year with her closest girlfriends. Something always seemed off. So this time, he had a private investigator follow her and take a wild guess what he discovered on this whole thing. And as you can imagine, didn't go too well with her. Titled, I hired a PI to watch my fiance on her girls' trip and now I'm torn. He says, hey everyone, long-time lurker, first-time poster here on Reddit. I never thought I'd be the one to spill my story on a confession subreddit, but here we are. To cut a long story short, my fiance and I have been together for 5 years. Every year, she goes on this girls-only trip with her close friends. Something in my gut has been bothering me about those trips. So she does this once a year, those trips, that's plural. So for years, something's been bothering her, something about her. Red flags, gentlemen, you must always pay attention to them and act upon them. Maybe it was the slight changes in her behavior afterwards or the cryptic conversations that I overhear. Instead of directly confronting her, I did something I'm deeply ashamed of. I hired a private investigator to watch her during her recent trip. Dude, that's nothing to be ashamed of. Every guy should hire a PI to watch his girl if he's about to marry her. That's the reality of today's world. And you can tell here, he's a nice guy because he feels bad for doing this. And, well, what happens to nice guys? They finish last. I got back the results a few days ago, and as much as I regret violating her privacy, my suspicions were not unfounded. The PI presented evidence of her being unfaithful. It shattered my heart. Now I'm caught in this storm of emotions. On the one hand, I deeply regret snooping and not trusting her enough to talk about it. Smack! Dude, would you drop the nice guy act? Seriously. You got the proof right there she's cheating on you. You're still feeling bad that you didn't talk to her about her first, or so she could just gaslight you? Which, by the way, watch what happens when he presents the information to her. No, you have every right to do this. Something was up, and guess what? Your gut was right. Don't feel bad about it. Stop being the nice guy. Nice guy shit got you where you are now. On the other hand, the betrayal from her side feels even more significant. I love her, but I can't see the future together anymore. No, bro, it's done. And I guarantee you this wasn't a one-time incident. She's been probably cheating on you in every single girls' trip since you got together, amongst other times. And I guarantee all her friends do the same thing to their guys. She's using you. You can't be with her. It hurts, it sucks, but that's what happens, unfortunately. And you need to change this nice guy shit. How do I even approach the situation? Do I confess my snooping or just end things without revealing the reason? Any advice is welcome. I would pack up her shit and throw it out in the front porch and leave a note saying, you know why, and that's it. And then I would tell your family, maybe even her family if you get along with them, the reason why you're breaking up. Because otherwise she'll control the narrative and make up a bunch of BS about you. That's what I would do. Don't give her a reason. Now the update. He says here, I received many messages asking about the situation, and I thought it was only right to keep those who cared in the loop. When my fiancée returned from her trip, I tried my best to handle things maturely. Well, I guarantee she's not going to handle things maturely. I gave her a chance to be honest, asking if there was anything she wanted to share about her trip. Instead of coming clean, she gaslit me, making me question my own perceptions and reality. Of course, this is how nice guys are treated. He's the bad guy. How dare he? How dare you not trust me? How dare you ask me these questions? Having the evidence I had, I confronted her about the affair. She was taken aback and immediately asked how I knew. I told her the truth, that I hired a private investigator. I didn't want to falsely accuse her of any of her friends, as you suggested, even though, honestly, part of me was tempted. She was furious. I've never seen her so angry in all our years together. So he has the proof right there of her doing her many, many dirty deeds, and no doubt she's been doing it for years, and she has the gall to be angry with him, right? But you see, this is how all this shows her perception of him, and honestly, it's accurate. He's a nice guy. You heard about him be feeling bad for doing all this and apologizing, and she takes full advantage of him, and she knows darn well, at least in the past, as she yells at him and browbeats him, he'll cave even though she's the one in the wrong here. This is why guys need to grow a fucking pair and have develop self-confidence and self-esteem to stand up for themselves and not tolerate the shit or have girlfriends like this and take advantage of it. And you'll see how she takes advantage of it. Additionally, feeling it was the right thing to do, I shared the evidence with one of her friend's boyfriends so he could be informed and consider getting tested if necessary. Good. Her friend's boyfriend should know. It was clear to both of us that the relationship had reached a breaking point. We broke up right then. Good. About fucking time. Despite it being my house that I financially covered for us, I left and checked into a hotel, giving her space and asking her to pack her things and move out. Smack! Again, Mr. Nice Guy here. It's your house, you pay for the mortgage, your name's on the mortgage or the deed, and you're going to leave your house to let her pack up her stuff and go at her leisure. What's going to stop her from kicking holes in the walls? What's going to stop her from probably flushing concrete or something like that, or cement down the toilet, sabotaging the house, pulling out some wiring, anything I can think of to make his life a living hell and say, oops, I don't know how that happened. You out of your damn mind? You tell her to pack her shit right there and you're not leaving until she does. Or you throw it out in the freaking front yard. But this is how these nice guys behave here. I want all guys out there to be good men, but not these weak pushovers. She's the a-hole, but you can see why she has no respect for him and she treats him this way. We didn't communicate for days, and when she finally reached out, she expressed a desire to talk and perhaps find a way to mend things. Yeah, because she realized you were serious, and she realized her gravy train was about to end, so that's why she wanted to fix it. Not because she loves you at all. But the trust was broken, and I couldn't see a future for us, and I told her no. Good, bro, you're doing that right. And now the part that I didn't see coming. She's considering pursuing palimony payments. Palimony payments, guys. For those unaware, palimony is financial support provided to a partner in a non-marital relationship after separation. I've been informed that due to the relationship laws in our state, this could very well become a real concern. $50 says he lives in California, or one of those coastal blue states. I've initiated the process of hiring an attorney. During our relationship, I took on the majority of the financial responsibilities, including the mortgage. Of course he did. Nobody's surprised here. We had an unspoken understanding. Listen to this. My money is our money. Her money is her money, due to our significant income differential. Smack. You, again, fucking nice guy, agreeing to this shit. I don't care if you make $1 million a year and she makes $10,000 a year. She's paying for some shit. End of freaking story here. I never thought that my generosity would come back to haunt me. It's called No Good Deed Goes Unpunished. There it is, the update many of you asked for. I wish I had a happier conclusion to this chapter, but life has its twists and turns. It seems she might have had the upper hand in this final act, but I'm hoping for a fair resolution. Thank you for the support and advice. It has really meant a lot. Yeah, talk to your lawyer, and perhaps because you're not married and you have proof that she cheated, hopefully that might sway things in your favor, I hope. But if after all this, and they're not even married, this guy has to pay her shit, unbelievable. But you know what? Maybe it will take him going through this and getting hit hard financially, and also having his heart stomped on to grow a pair, to stop this clueless, nice guy shit. I mean, just again, I'm sure he's a good guy. We probably would all like him. But there's so many guys that are like this, are fucking blind. And there are women out there that will use guys and milk them for everything it's worth. Meanwhile, guys that would treat them awfully, they will do anything for. You know, it's ridiculous. But hopefully this guy will learn from this whole thing. But sadly, a lot of guys end up going through something like this, and they end up making the same mistakes all over again. And the first time, that's one thing. But if you keep making the same mistakes and the same thing happened to you, there's a point that it's your fault. And some people would label that opinion victim shaming. But sometimes the victims need a good dose of reality and a kick in the pants, if you will, verbally, to wake up and pull their heads out of their asses. So I wish this guy well, but good freaking Lord here. But at least he hired the PI and saw it and confirmed what he needed to know. But I really do hope this guy does not have to pay her a freaking dime.